What are some horrifying things to consider when thinking about aliens? The assumption that they come in groups in some flying saucer. For all we know, they might just appear in hordes of thousands if not millions all across the planet. Also, we like to think that aliens will share the same way of thinking as humans, i.e. reasoning, emotions, etc. But the only reason we think that is because that's the only thing we are familiar with. Aliens might have completely different emotions or thought processes than us, but we won't know because we never encountered them before. It's like the fourth dimension. At this point it's pretty well established what it is, but most of us, if not all, have no clue how to visualize or properly explain it. I've occasionally wondered if there are interdimensional aliens that can just shift space, time around themselves instead of themselves around space, time. Did you ever consider that those two things are happening simultaneously? When you go for a walk, you move your body through that external space. At the same time, from the top of your body, everything moves around it and it is the static object. A really fun, disorienting example of this is you've ever driven a highway with a long enough view of the road ahead. Highways are designed with a heavy implementation of spatial illusions so our minds can cope with processing 5 to 6 times our natural speed limit. With a far enough view ahead, the highway illusion breaks and your brain falsely sees the earth moving beneath stationary vehicles as it attempts to reconcile with the sudden falsehood. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. I think that any aliens that are capable of traveling light years to reach us have no interest in our resources. Agreed, totally. To play devil's advocate, however, I would also add the following: a big factor in their decision, whether or not the resources on Earth were plentiful enough to justify the trip, would be just how technologically advanced they were. If they were so advanced that they could travel faster than the speed of light or fold space-time or something, then it would come down to how badly they needed whatever resources and whether or not they could attain it elsewhere with less effort. The scariest thing to me is thinking that aliens want nothing to do with us. I don't get why everyone thinks that aliens would attack us immediately. It's one thing if we come into their territory, but if they stumble upon us, we're most likely safe. Them finding us would mean they are incredibly advanced. Anything they could get by attacking Earth they could get far easier by harvesting it from a different planet in our solar system. Unless they feed specifically on brainwaves, it isn't worth the hassle to attack a planet teeming with life. They may have some weapons, however primitive, that might be used against you. It's far more frightening to believe that aliens will one day discover us and won't be interested. They won't want us on their intergalactic councils, they won't want to give us medicine, they won't want to form any bond. If they decide to just leave humanity alone, that means either they have decided we are not worth saving, or that we are too close to destruction to be worth the resources. They're like that group of cool kids, and when humans find out about them, we try to contact and join them, but they just push us off as that annoying young kid. They'll even insult our haircut. Exactly my thoughts. To them we'll be that kid who sits in corner eating worms and still struggles counting to 10 at age 6. Why the hell would beings who have interstellar travel wanna kick it with us? My main thing is that they'll bring a virus or something that'll just wipe us out cause we've never seen anything like it. Or we'll be immune cause it's too alien, who knows. But until there is actual proof that there are advanced aliens out there, I'll stick to the idea that they're bacterial cells on Titan or something. Maybe all these supposed alien abductions and UFOs over the past 100 years have been alien scientists building vaccinations against unknown diseases for themselves and adapting their own medical immunities for humans too, monitoring our progress against our own diseases so when both civilizations are on top of it we can be welcomed into the galactic fold safely. Maybe they just try and make sure everyone is safe and happy for galactic adventures with their new friends. Funny enough, Knowing what we know of what happens to the Americas, if we discovered an isolated culture in Antarctica or something. This is probably what we would do. Makes sense that they would learn from their same mistake and try and avoid it. I like your theory even if it is super peachy. That they could be massive, taller than buildings and eat us like bacon strips. Or step on us like ants. Imagine if one alien child fell onto our Earth, stomped on all of us, started whining, and then kicked and screamed on the ground, all in a matter of seconds. His mama alien picks him up and they keep walking through space. Human civilization is decimated. You know those tribes that live on islands in the Pacific that haven't had technological progress in thousands of years? That's us. You know those international logging companies that would love a chance to just come plow over the island and take what's there. Somewhere, there's an alien Greenpeace that's just barely getting by on a shoestring budget. This sounds true and all, and I do agree with your first statement, we're basically undiscovered tribes. But your second statement doesn't work because there is no material on Earth which isn't abundant on Earth which isn't abundant in space. Maybe trees and crops, but if they could travel here, food is their last problem and trees are a cool side benefit. They could be searching for biodiversity to discover and modify natural products for medicines or materials, though. Chlorophyll is their rhino horn aphrodisiac. I mean, we are material. Honestly, if aliens came seeking material, I'd be pretty certain what they'd want is either us as specimens or something, or some weird technology we take for granted but interests them in some way. They'll come here to learn about TikToks. They can also come in different forms than we expect. You could have an alien made of sound waves or a microscopic alien. Or aliens the size of planets, where it takes 3 seconds for their brain to send a message to their toes to wiggle them. I don't know why, but the idea of an alien wiggling his toes makes me laugh. Not only that, but a planet-sized alien. And probably not a lot of toes, otherwise it'd never get anything done. All those toes. All the time. Since life on this planet is one big cycle of eating other living things, plants and animals, to survive, they might be so horrified that they press the big nope button and end it all. Right? Imagine aliens that evolved on a planet where all life photosynthesizes. They see us and they're like, oh cool. A whole planet full of monsters. Exactly, like how would a race of basically grass see Earth as a whole? Or if they are made of gas and are like are they taking the air inside of themselves and then expelling carbon? I don't wanna be carbon. They invade us and we just inhale them and win. That they've found us, observed from a distance for the past 10 years or so, and have declared the planet a disaster area that nobody should ever visit. We won't know about their existence until they attack us. Or we will. Aliens don't need to be intelligent or hostile. They could just be worms on Mars. That just means we won't know about them until the Martian worms attack us. Do not drink their water on Mars. The other day, I looked at pictures of the universe and thought, what if Earth is the size of a marble ball to an alien? I think it's called ant theory, that we are so small, we can't possibly comprehend the space we live in and see or acknowledge other beings. Horton hears a human. He screams that we're no more interesting or important to them than the anthill in your yard. They won't be like us. They'll be thousands of years beyond having a DNA-based substrate. The bodies they use will be consciously designed and used as needed. Most existence will be virtual. What if they were super nice to us species? We're so cute and defenseless lol. But I mean, we do study ants. Sure, not everyone finds them interesting, but you can still fill shelves full of books about our knowledge of ants. Now, right? I'm sure there's encyclopedias on just one species of ant. For all we know, they might study us like we pointlessly analyze organisms. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more Reddit content like this, please subscribe and like this video. I guess I will see you in the next one.